Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Season 6, Episode 7. Bitch, it is hot today. 91 degrees yesterday, 100 degree Fahrenheit today. So I am trying not to move too much, and it works out well because Love and Hip Hop is just not giving me, what I need, you guys. It's just not giving me what I need, okay? But anyway, we're gonna get to this review, you guys. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, let's start off with Apple Watts, since she's my favorite and she's always at least entertaining. So Apple Watts says she's still working on her, okay? Still trying to work on her anger problem, still trying to work on her drinking. And yeah, she's gonna admit to Ray the Gay AA that she was turned at the event the other day. Shit, she wasn't even able to remember her fucking lines, you guys. But as far as Brittany B and Lyrica, how about them fighting at the event? You know, Ray the Gay AA was like, really? And she was like, yeah. And then the next thing you know, they was hugging it out. I mean, so I guess they figured it out. I was just like, that's because Brittany B and Lyrica ain't really got no reason to be fighting each other. Stupid, you guys. So anyway, Apple Watts told us that in the spirit of Jocelyn Hernandez, we got to work on this long titty. Remember when she called Mimi a long titty? I didn't never think that Apple Watts had long titties. I thought that her boobs were just very small. And I've always actually liked the way strippers have like small boobs and then a little waist and then a bigger bottom. I always thought that that was a nice look, but you know, I guess now the girls want to make sure that they have big boobs along with the big ass. It just seems like it's a whole lot. It's like more believable when you smaller on top. I mean, I don't think, did she have any work on the bottom? The Apple Watts is big on the bottom now, child. But NT-Way, who needs to go to these fancy Beverly Hills doctors when she can go to the fucking strip mall in Lawndale? I was looking at that place like, girl, you sure this is... Ray the Gay AA was like, are you sure this is what we need to do? Uh-huh. And I'm thinking to myself, like, it obviously must be less expensive. But I don't know if, you know, when you working on your body, if these are the places that you need to be, you know, trying to save a fucking penny. But whatever. She gets in there and it's a storefront, and I am just really concerned, like, Mona, now did y'all vet this place? Okay, who told Apple Watts about this shit? Okay, y'all just going along with this? Do you know what the fuck is going on, Mona, bitch? Because this is, no. She goes in there and the doctor comes out and he said that, you know, she tried to do it before, but she was anemic, so they're gonna have to test her to make sure that she's not anemic this time, and if she is, you know, it's a go. And she's excited about it. She was just like, you know, my waist is like, and then my ass is like. She's so fucking LA. It is funny as hell. So we find out that she gets her test results the next day, and it's a go, you guys. So she's got Ray the Gay AA with her, and her fake sister from her fake daddy. She said that she still feels like this is her sister, so obviously she got a relationship with her. She got them with her at this place, and I am thinking to myself, like, girl, you sure you want to do this? All right. And then when she get in there, she tell us that this is an awake breast augmentation. I said, Mona, what now? I ain't never heard of a motherfucker being awake during a breast augmentation. I don't know why you would even want to be awake. Okay, I don't even want to be awake when I'm getting my teeth pulled. So I just don't understand this whole thing. Obviously, that also must cut down on the price. And I was just like, absolutely no way. She's all like, you know, so I'm gonna be able to sit up and see, you know, actually see them working on my breast. And I was like, girl, that is not what you want. I need somebody to get the damn Plastic Surgeons of America on the line and let us know if this is legal. Now, are we supposed to be doing this, Mona? I'm really worried about this, girl. I said, even if you don't feel anything, just the tugging and then seeing blood and seeing meat and your titties and no. But this is what we doing. The whole time that they were showing it, I was just like, oh, okay. And then when it was over, you know, she said she was in a lot of pain. I was like, you think? You know, she wants her friends and, you know, family to come on in. So she has Ray the Gay AA and her fake sister coming there. And I'm thinking to myself, like, is this sanitary? Like, why is we doing this now? You got these people up in here, it's all these germs walking around and floating around, and you guys just sitting up there with her titties done, and you know, she looked like she about to pass out, and I was just like, this ain't right. This ain't right. But I mean, I guess it was all legal. And fuck, like I said, why go to Beverly Hills when you can be, you know, getting your titties done right next to a Dollar General and a fucking gas station? So I mean, ooh, I was just like, girl, you better than me. But I'm gonna tell you what, somebody need to sit down with Mona, okay? Because you done took this shit too far. Now, K. Michelle, she's going through this in vitro fertilization process again, and she says it's just a lot. It's a lot emotionally, and then on top of that, you know, she's got to worry about her surrogate. I'm thinking to myself like, okay, K. Michelle, I hope you are doing this just so you can have something to talk about on the show, because it don't take no fucking genius for you to know that you don't need to have this girl have this baby for you. She go in there, she get to telling the doctor all of her damn, you know, surrogate ghetto drama. And, you know, the doctor, I'm sure he wasn't ready for this brand of fool of fucking niggotry on today, although I'm sure he's used to K. Michelle. They seem like they had a pretty cool relationship. But I was just like, there's a reason why when, like, Kim Kardashian, for example, had these surrogate mothers. Have you ever seen them? No. Okay. Do you even see her hanging out with them? No. All right. Them damn baby mamas wasn't even at the, or surrogate mothers was not even at the shower, because this is a fucking business. We don't need to make none of this as personal. You don't need to know nothing about me other than the business of you holding my baby. And that's it. Okay, so you trying to have a relationship with them, and you know, you picking somebody that you know, and you know, and then she's talking about social media, the girl being on social media talking about it, and now the boyfriend wants a record deal. No, why are you even contemplating this? No. Okay, no. So she was talking to that doctor. I was like, hey Michelle, I'm gonna just need you to stop. So later on, she's at the house, and Moniece comes by. Moniece has a fucking emotional support dog. I was just like, okay. Blue stresses me the fuck out. They talking about this tour, and Moniece is having to listen to K. Michelle say that it is ridiculous that, I mean, just because you guys made up and everything don't mean that you guys need to go on this tour. What are you guys planning on doing on this tour? Well, Moniece feels like K. Michelle is not being supportive, you know, and that in this male-dominated industry, you know, we women got to stick together and yada, yada, yada. So I guess Moniece is trying to be sincere in her feelings that her and April are friends, you know, sister wives, and they're going to go on this tour. But we already know how April feel. April told us a long time ago that she was loyal to Little Tiny Fizzle Pop. So, you know, she don't really trust Moniece. And I was just like, Moniece, girl, you got your blinders on. So K. Michelle was just like, okay, I don't want to get into no nothing, and you telling me I'm not being supportive, so let's stop talking about April. Okay. Then she get to telling her about her surrogate. And, you know, yes, just don't do that, K. Michelle. She says that the girl is relying on this money, and I'm sure that she is. You know what? If it makes you feel better, give her a few dollars for her trouble. We're not going to pay her for the whole thing if she don't do it. But we'll give her a few dollars just, you know, because she had got herself hyped up to think that she was going to be a surrogate. And then move on. Get you a surrogate from a professional surrogacy program, or, you know, and then you can have your baby. And let that be that. Don't have that baby with Tonay and her boyfriend and her 3 kids and her social media and him trying to get a record contract. Oh, that girl, no. So she goes back to Atlanta, and she says that she's got to sit down and have a talk with Tonay. So we'll see what she tells her next week. But yeah, don't do it, girl. Don't do it. All right, you guys, so B2K's, you know, the Millennium Tour is in LA. Jason Lee tells us that it, you know, promises to be all that in a bag of chips. Then we see the boys afterwards, you know, they playing pool after the tour. Evidently, they had Ray J up there performing as well. And he was talking about the fact that April was there and how you could just tell that it made everybody uncomfortable. The tension backstage was enough to cut with a knife, and I thought it was going to pop off at any time. And honestly, everybody is really amazed that Little Tiny Fizzle Pop has been able to carry off this farce and keep trying to force on us that him and April are just friends. Okay? J Boog been trying to hint around it, but I guess the fact that Ray J and Spectacular was there and they're part of this tour, you know, Ray J is not part of the whole tour, but was at least part of that little segment. Boog was feeling a little bit more confident in letting Little Tiny Fizzle Pop know how he feels. You know, I don't really have the energy to break down Little Tiny Fizzle Pop and his denial of this relationship with him and April. Is so fucking annoying that he just continues to be like, I don't know why everybody has a problem with our friendship. You know, if Omarion hasn't said anything to him, then why is anybody else worried about it? Okay, Omarion is not going to say anything because he refuses to give you guys that attention. Obviously, you guys are doing this to get back at him, and he's paying you absolute dust. This nigga gets on my fucking nerves. But Spectacular and all of the rest of them said, like, you can't have April around because she is going to fuck up the money. All right. And we need to get through this tour, you know, and it's already very obvious that it doesn't make anybody comfortable when she's there. And Little Tiny Fizzle Pop, you know, he got an attitude about it. I was like, what did you really expect? He is so fucking stupid. Like I said, you guys, he gets on my nerves. Now, he says that he's irritated that Omarion hasn't said anything to him, so he doesn't understand why anybody else has to. Like I said, Omarion is not going to give you guys any attention, and that's probably the reason why you guys are both so upset about it, because everybody has something to say about it but Omarion, the person that you guys are trying to affect the most. And he's just like, fuck you guys. Y'all gonna make your own selves look bad. I don't have to say shit to you. And Omarion says absolutely nothing about them. So he takes April to dinner because he got to break it to her that, you know, she don't need to be on the tour with him. So first he's talking to her about Hollywood Unlocked, and, you know, she was saying how she liked it, but Jason, you know, said it ain't working out and had to let her go. And he was just like, well, you was the best thing on there. And I was just like, I didn't even listen to it, but I know a lot of people were saying no, she was not a good fit for that show at all. Okay, but what would Little Tiny Fizzle Pop be if he didn't support his best friend, right? Now, they're going to Chicago. The next date is Chicago, and April's from Chicago, and the tour will be in Chicago. So, you know, she's going to Chicago, and she plans on going to the concert too. And he was just like, yeah, maybe not. And she was like, why not? And he said, because the guys all said that they was uncomfortable, and I'm getting calls from all of these different people, and she don't understand why. Okay. He says that's really just tense backstage. And she says, well, she can't break up a group. And I was just like, bitch, you obviously don't know history. Nations have fallen because of women. Okay. And I don't see why it couldn't happen to old B2K either. Just stay your ass away. So, you know, she's all mad. Like, why he got to, you know, he don't care, and why everybody else care, and such and such. I was just like, you guys are not fixing to sit up here. What is the term when they try to make it seem like you the one that's tripping? What do they call it? Gaslighting. That's what the fuck them two is doing, and I refuse to be a part of it. After that, she goes to have drinks with Zelda Monster and Paris, and you know, even Paris is just like, she sat down with J Boog, and she knows for a fact that they do not want her on the tour. All right. So all this shit that April is talking about, going to Chicago and possibly going on the tour and all of that, and, you know, her and Little Tiny Fizzle Pop being best friends and all that, Paris is just like, girl, it don't really sound like you telling me the whole truth. All right. They trying to tell her, like, girl, why do you need to just be on this tour anyway? Now, you done went to the one in LA already. Now, what the fuck you need to go in Chicago too? Okay. Zelda Monster even was just like, yeah, I mean, we all grown up, but still. Nobody wants the tossed around puss to keep on coming around to the damn to the concert. And again, April's getting all mad because, you know, she don't understand why everybody got a problem with it. Girl, you understand clearly. But whatever. She's going to Chicago. Paris says she gonna go with her too, you know, and even though her friend be lying, you know, she gonna be supportive as she can be. Zelda Monster says that he not going because he gotta straighten out this shit with Lil Lyrica and Diamonds and Pearls, because he was on Instagram Live with Summer Bunny, and then he got a FaceTime call from the Bentleys, and they was all going off on him like, how dare you? How can you be on Instagram Live with her? But you know, Zelda Monster was just trying to do his own research. Okay. But then he admits to us that, yeah, maybe he was being a little messy. So he needs to fix this. So y'all girls go on to Chicago. He gonna stay back in LA and try to fix the shit with little Lyrica. So they go on to Chicago. April says she can't worry about B2K. She just gonna show Paris around and, you know, show her how fabulous her city is. So they going on a walk, and Paris is just trying to understand what this relationship is with April, because she don't believe it. And then April has to tell us how, oh, her and Omarion just came home one day. He didn't want to be in a relationship anymore, and she was so stressed out, and she lost all this weight, and you know, she had the kids, and little tiny Fizzle Pop came over and was just like, you know what, I'm gonna take the kids, and you need to get you some rest. And she was only 100 pounds, and she thought she was gonna die, and he was always there. And you know, even if he is her best friend, he do deserve the puss if she decide to give it to him, because you know, I said, I am so fucking tired of this fucking dance. We gonna do the same old song and dance, you guys. So after she tells Paris that, Paris was like, oh, okay, so he really is the homie. Yeah, he really is the homie. Okay, well, fine. Okay, so Paris says, well, I feel a little differently about him, if that's what you say he did. And she was like, thank you, because that's exactly what he is. He's a good person, and he's my best friend, and da-da-da-da. And I was just like, y'all done went through all of this to try to make Omarion mad, and like I said, he ain't said shit. A fucking waste of season. Got on everybody's nerves in the process. How did you guys come out on top with this one? And then you guys, little Lyrica and Diamonds and Pearls, you know, they're arguing out in front of the house. Remember where it ended last week? Okay, so they're arguing out in front of the house, and Diamonds and Pearls was just like, see, this is why we can't get nowhere, because she always want to go off and run off somewhere anytime anything happens. No, the reason why we can't get anywhere is because you keep fucking people. Okay, but semantics. Mama Dab come out there. You can't believe everything that you hear. You can't believe everything that people say. Did you hear me? You got a son, girl. Is you thinking about your son? You gonna believe what a bitch say. If you fall for that bullshit, then you weak. I said, oh, Mama Dab, see, that's not fair. You cannot put that on little Lyrica. Okay, because your son is wrong. All right? And the main issue here is that he fucked Summer Bunny. We can't be that mad about no damn Cookie Monster stuffed animal in front of her cooch. She was just like, I'm dead ass a good woman. I'm dead ass sick of him. I'm dead ass been here all this time. I'm dead ass trying. I was like, I'm dead ass sick of you saying dead ass. She tired. She says she gonna leave. What about the baby? Okay, Mama Dab, can you go and get the baby for me? No, she ain't getting the baby. Diamonds and Pearls said the baby ain't going nowhere. You know, when you mad and some man try to tell you that you can't take your baby as a fucking woman, this when you really get hyped up. So that's how I knew. I was just like, because this is when you get to turn on the full dramatics. Go get my fucking baby. That's my baby. I'm going in there to get my baby. You can't keep my baby. What you mean I can't take my baby? I'm taking my baby. The fact that she decided to just go on and get in the car and come back and get her baby later, I was just like, Mona, bitch, y'all gonna keep on with this Lyrica shit, ain't you? So she goes to a hotel, and she has her mama come, and she has her best friend from Atlanta come, okay? And she's just talking to them. The mama is like, why are you even in a hotel? And she said she just needed to get away, okay? She knew that the baby was going to be safe there. Diamonds and Pearls ain't going to do nothing to the baby. So she just needed to get away, try to clear her head. So she tells them about the fight that they had about the Cookie Monster and how Mama Dab got in it. And, you know, of course, Lyrica, big Lyrica, can't stand the fact that Mama Dap is always in the middle of their shit, so that burns her buttons. She also mentions the shit with Summer Bunny, and you know, her friend was like, well, what's the video? Let me see it. So they showed a video of Summer Bunny talking about her in her Instagram live, and you know, Summer Bunny, her friend was just like, girl, you just need to make a decision. Like, you gonna keep on going back and forth. Okay, Big Lyrica was like, she goes back, she leaves, she goes back and forth. Obviously, this relationship is not working, and it's not, okay, because they've been having problems since the day they got married. And remember, The mama didn't even want her to get married. So I was just like, yeah, this shit is not working. I mean, you know, on the reality show, they probably happy in real life. So now Big Lyrica, you know, has to take it upon herself to sit down and talk to Mama Dap. Because Mama Dap has influence over the family, and it affects her daughter in her relationship with her husband, which is her son, okay, Mama Dap's son. So we're gonna sit down, we're gonna try to fix it. And even Mama Dap said,
walking into this mess with Lyrica G, I know the shit is about to hit the fan.
But as the elders in the family, they're the only ones that can kind of put this fire out. Okay, well, so we sit down and Big Lyrica hops to it right away. I said, wait a minute, hold on, Big Lyrica. What is happening with Mama Dap with this chain link fence around her neck and the damn crack ponytail bun? Okay, then pulled it all the way up to top. But I was just like, why y'all ain't putting no wig on top of that? Now, the wig that she had on in the confessional was nice. I said, okay, Mama Dap, I see you. But child, this little piece of whatever the fuck this is on the top of her head, girl. So Big Lyrica says, all of this, Mama Dap, is breaking up the family. We can't keep bickering back and forth. You know, it's not helping the kids. We need to be able to help our kids get through this instead of making more drama.
And Mama Dap was just like, listen, we was at the house and we wasn't even talking about Lyrica. But she came in the room and she was like, oh, you talking about me? And I said, well, we not talking about you, but I'm going to tell you about yourself.
You are a mother first, okay? And all this shit that you doing with this stuffed animal is for the gram, and it is not cool. Big Lyrica was like, okay, that's fine, but you know, she already felt bad about stuff, and then you just coming in and telling her that just made it worse.
Yeah, but Summer Bunny, she hops on everybody.
And Lyrica G was like, she definitely did screw your son. She told my daughter that he did. Okay?
And then Mama Dap was like, oh, he told her that?
Now she got to switch gears. Even though Diamonds and Pearls did what he did, you know,
I'm his mother, and I raised him right.
Okay, so he know right from wrong, even if he just gonna continue to be wrong. So Big Lyrica was just like, okay, fine, well, whatever. Well, while we sitting here, you know, she feels like she should apologize to her. And I'm thinking to myself, why do you guys always want somebody to fucking apologize? It's like the same shit over and over, okay? And
Mama Dap was like, well, I think that you should apologize to me.
Big Lyrica's like, what you mean? You call me all kind of bitches and motherfuckers? You know, they showed the clip from the reunion, right?
When she was like, fuck you, bitch. Well, are you going to apologize to me?
Big Lyrica was like, no, are you going to apologize to me? And, you know, Mama Dap was just looking at her like, I don't think so. And so she said, well, I think that this was just a waste of my time.
I think that this was a waste of my motherfucking time, too. You know what? I'm done.
Fine, go. That's what you always do. And